Hello? Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the Court of the Edijester. How are we, everybody? Good to be speaking with you once again. Now, here we go. What's wrong with my glasses? I need new glasses. They get all skew-iffed, don't they, after a while? I've gone a bit skew-iff on the glasses front. So first things first, usual stuff, subscribe, buy me a coffee, become a warrior teacher. That's what we really need, is more warrior teachers, so I can get the numbers up. He says, here, now, lots going on. So I thought we'd have a bit of a chat about that. First thing first, I'm absolutely delighted to see that the scene networks are growing at a massive rate. We've had some various new ones come along. Now, if you're not familiar with scene, these are networks that are about a certain profession. So you've got scene in journalism, scene in the civil service, that type of thing. So they're worth seeking out. If you just type @scene, S-W-E-N, into Twitter search, you'll see a few of them come up. And they're doing some very interesting work in particular professions. Scene in journalism is another one. So that's the first thing that I wanted to mention, and so I think should be on your radar if it's not. This is a kind of roundup going on today, isn't it? A kind of roundup. What was the next one? Oh, yeah. Now, Esther McVey, who is the Education Secretary, who didn't get this, let's be honest, right up until about October of last year, didn't get it. Was like sat there, like, some dweeb. Didn't have any idea. Has said that the new guidance will state that schools must not teach that gender identity ideology is real, but they must teach it as a contested belief. That's a pretty strange way of saying something. A belief's a belief. Or is that just me? Might be just me. You'll tell me in the comments, won't you? So they're saying that it must be taught as a contested belief. Well, it's not enough. I'm sorry, Esther. We've yet to see the guidance, and I'm waiting to see it, but it must explicitly be taught as a cult. That's what it must be explicitly taught as. And you should do it alongside the story of the Skopsky, which were a bunch of Russian bollock removers, right? So that's what it should be. It should be taught as that, as part of history, because we're going to consign it to the dumpster of history. That's what we're going to do. Dumpster is a good American word, and it's better than bin. Much more interesting. So that's Esther McVey saying that. I mean, I know that many of you have replied to the consultation, and brilliant. We've been putting in the effort to make sure that Esther gets the message, but it's not enough. These people aren't going to stop, Esther, until we stop them. I don't know why it is that we seem to be playing silly buggers, which is what it looks like it is to me. It just looks like that. There's something terribly wrong about the whole damn thing. Now, the other thing is, the Health Secretary, whose bloody name I've forgotten now, I looked at it just before I started as well. Victoria someone? I don't know. Anyway, has banned all these rainbow progressive bloody lanyards from the NHS, right? It's been fascinating watching the reaction to that. If you go around Twitter, you can find a bit of it. I'm sure you'll find it. Where they put up, Tories will end this, and also she's gone after the affinity groups. She's gone after the affinity groups. So that's really good news, because I've said all along, and I'm sure you will agree with me, that the affinity groups need to go in all organisations. The LGBTQ group, the BIPOC group, the feminist group, yes, all of it goes, right? All of it goes. So we get rid of all these, little groups of grievance miners and gusset fumblers, and things will start to get better with the world. So but what's been fascinating is watching the people responded to that announcement on Twitter in various places. Again, you can go and search and have a look. They don't get it. It's like, well, is this what we really should be worrying about? Yeah, it's what we should really be worrying about, 8,000 people lost in the system, most of them gay and lesbian, medicated, sterilised, screwed with mentally and psychologically by a bunch of quacks. And you don't think that's important? Hello? These are the people who will be going, well, it's lobotomy. It's only certain people. It's all right, leave it alone. So that's what made me laugh, was the fact that there's so many idiots. This is disgusting. LGBTQ people are the most oppressed people on the planet. And then some other guy wrote to me when I responded to one of it saying, here, you realise that they're never going to accept you, that once they've come for the trans, they're going to come for you. And I thought, well, might happen, might not. I don't think it will. I think we're way down the road for that. But this guy was obviously quite angry about it. So I just responded by saying, well, that's the price we pay. That's the price we pay. We're all going to lose a few rights in order to get these nutters gone and remove critical social justice and all its offshoots from the public square. So that was another one, right? So go and have a look at all the things going on the Twitters. around lanyards because it's really upset people. It's just extraordinary. And I look at them, and every time I look at them and they say something, I think, didn't get the memo. Didn't get the memo. That's where we are. That's what the culture milieu is currently like. Didn't get the memo, did you? What memo? So things are happening. It's causing a kerfuffle. We are, in essence, using their tools against them, which is the tool of disruption. Because that's what they do. They disrupt. They're the thieves of time. Well, we're now doing the same to them. We're disrupting their vapid narrative. But what I don't need in disrupting that vapid narrative is to Esther McVey go all, wibbly wobbly and not do what she should do, which is say gender identity belief is a cult. Because the kids know it is, by the way, just so you know. I'm hearing good news from the warrior teachers. Good news from the warrior teachers. It's just marvellous. One of them said to me that they asked their grandchildren, have you got any of these trans people in your class or these non-binaries? To which the 15-year-old kid responded, oh, yeah, we got a couple. We call them the they-thems and we don't speak to them. That's it. The kids are okay. That's what we do. So then there was a post by about Helen Joyce from one of her interviews, posted by Lior Sapir. I'll try and find it and put it in the Dubris for you. Right, okay. I've responded to that and I'm not happy chappy. So it's the link to my response. I'm telling you, we're not going to accommodate this. There is no third way. Now, I love Helen to bits because she's just adorable. And the way she talks about all this is just fantastic. The same as I adore Coleman Hughes. Ooh, makes me a bit warm under the collar. And Douglas Murray's a bit of a dish, isn't he, as well? Right, so I adore Helen, but she's so bloody wrong about this. We're not nicey-nicey in this, Helen. We're not. We identify it as a cult. We identify the followers of the cult and we deal with them. And you'll deal with them in different ways. Some of them you'll stick in jail for harming children. That's the first thing. Some of them you will shame out of the workplace. That's the next thing. Others you will send to Coventry until they behave themselves. But until we do that, they're going to have to change the law for us to do it. We need the GRA gone and we need out the Equality Act. Then the public will do the rest for you. And they'll do it in their inimitable British way, which will mostly be sending them to Coventry or treating them like a fart in a lift. So the sooner we get, together on this one, folks, I think the collaboration has been brilliant so far, but I sense a schism. And I don't want a schism, and you don't want a schism. Repeal the GRA, get it out of the Equality Act, the public will do the rest. All right? That's what we need to do, because it is far past time when we are going to allow these LARPing men and these LARPing women, who are a walking signifier for gender identity, ideology, and queer theory and critical social justice. They are a walking signifier. They're an advert for the cult. And they represent in their belief systems every horror of the 20th century. No, there will be no cheese board, no cup of coffee, no reconciliation. We identify who they are, and when it comes to the priests and the acolytes, we deal with them strongly. The adherents will drop away then. The belief system will die. But that's what it should be being taught as. A cult. Not a contested belief. You can't contest the belief in reality. Just call it a cult, it's easier. All right, that's me mull over. I'll see you later. I don't know what to do with myself. Bye-bye.